All right, so we're live now. Got to give time for more people to come on in here, but it is live now. Give it about another minute or so. What up, Golson? Okay, yeah, people coming in now. We'll give it another minute before we go ahead and start. Anyways, how's everybody feeling today?
Oh my
On this
God.
Good.
Today I took a nap
and
and I just,
go ahead, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I had took a nap and woke up and my eyes were swollen. So that didn't make me feel good.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. We don't even notice though, so
Yes.
I don't. Y'all notice it?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
This nigga, he's lying. Don't listen to
I don't know. I know we don't notice it.
him. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and start. Anyways, welcome everybody to another edition of Black Chat Chronicles. As usual, I appreciate everybody that's been supporting me on this new segment that I've been doing. Coming through and spending your Sunday evening basically with me for some people. Some people it's still afternoon, but hey, I got two new lovely ladies added to the panel today. I'm gonna go ahead and let them introduce themselves. Amber, I'll start with you.
Hey guys, so this is Amber Richey. Um, and I'm in Alabama right now. But what all you want us to say? Just our name?
Whatever you want to say to them, Lil.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, this is just Amber Richey. I'm out of Alabama, Bama chick, and I'm here to have some fun and I'm here to learn something too as well.
If you want to give them a social or something like that, you can also do that.
Oh yeah, follow me at amber.resha. So that's amber.resha on IG. You can also follow me on Facebook, which is Amber R. Satcher. And that's it.
If you want to, you see where it says private chat over here. If you post it to put it in the private chat, I'll post it in the chat for them to go ahead and just copy and paste it so they can do it. It'll make it easier for them.
Okay. All right, cool. Let me do that right now.
All right, Amani.
I wanted to mention that I don't know how it sounds to y'all, but on my end, it sounds really choppy. Like it sounds
Amani,
like God is maybe something.
you're having audio issues right now. Having audio issues.
You said the audio.
Yeah, you sound like the Terminator is coming out right now.
Okay, hold on. How is it? Is it better?
Not really. It's like you were smooth at first, but now I don't know. It got started sounding choppy.
Yeah, I have no idea. Y'all all sound super muffly on my end. Hold on one second. How do I sound now?
Not much better.
Jesus. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just log out and come back in.
Okay, yeah. So, anyways, while she's logging out and coming back in, we're gonna go ahead and go over the segments. I shared Amber's. Is this your Instagram, Amber?
Yeah, Instagram, and then I also posted my Facebook.
Okay, Instagram is here, and then her Facebook. I'm getting ready to post it now for anybody that wants to follow her on Instagram and Facebook. Oh shit! Hold up. All right, there.
Does it sound different?
It's nah, it's the same.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's because I'm by like the pool area and it's
Did you
like
move
that
to a different
reception
area?
there. Um, yeah, let me try. I'm gonna have to just like I'm gonna mute myself. Y'all can continue. Let me get myself together and then y'all can continue and I'll come back
Okay. So
introduce myself.
I'm gonna go ahead for now while she's fixing the audio. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce our topics for today, good people. So we have National Guard coming into Memphis. So for those of y'all that's not aware, because I see down that more people are unaware of this, that the National Guard, Trump has released the National Guard into Memphis because of the crime rate, so they say. I mean, and I'm not gonna just front like the crime rate's not an issue here because it absolutely is. But that's what he's bringing in the National Guard for, and also along with an extra 250 state troopers. So that's going to be the first thing that we're going to kind of dive in on what our takes is on that. Next, we have, if Screamloud would let me, goodness, it's like it's freezing or something. Anyways, though, next we have we're gonna dive in on, does a professional woman have a harder time in the dating life? Is it do we see professional women as a little bit too masculine? The reason why they kind of struggle as far as the dating path. Next is the reversal. Are modern day black men a little too feminine to maybe match the black woman? And lastly, we got, did the blacks here actually come here on ships? Because contrary to what a lot of people believe, that we actually didn't come here on ships, that we were already here. So that's our four topics that we're gonna dive in on. Hopefully Amani can fix our audio. She'll be back in, but we're gonna go ahead and get started on this. So I'm going to go ahead and say, for the first topic, I'm going to start with, I guess I will start with a Memphis native. Ooh, somebody just got hit with that fire. Anyways, we're gonna start with the with our Memphis native. So Fakila, I'm coming your way. As you know, the National Guard is coming here. Actually, you know what? I want to play a clip first to let y'all hear this guy's take on it. And then you can also, kind of piggyback on it, whether you agree or not, or, you can just give your own individual take of how you feel about it. But yeah, it's this guy. I think he had a very interesting take on how he feel about
up Memphis.
Okay. So let me let Amani in real quick. She's coming back whenever this thing loads up. Goodness, it's taking forever. Connection to having a. I guess it's her. I think she's having. That's what it is. I think it's her connection. It's not good. Well, anyways, I'm about to go ahead and just go into when it come up, it come up. Let me see. Can everybody see it well here? You more so need to hear it, but I mean, just let me know if y'all can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. She's loading out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just play it, and this is what his take is on it.
Wake up, Memphis. This is my hometown, and I gotta say this. They don't roll the National Guard into a city because it's the worst place in the country. That's the cover story. That's the narrative they want you to swallow. Now ask yourself this. If Memphis is so bad, why did Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, choose to drop his supercomputer right there? Why do billion-dollar corporations keep planting their flags in the 901? I'm gonna tell you why. It's because Memphis is not what they're telling you it is. It's what they're hiding from you. Rule number one, always follow the money. Because Memphis is the artery of America's economy. I mean, transportation hub of the nation. AutoZone HQ is there. Ford's mega plant is nearby. FedEx fueling global trade, and now Elon Musk's supercomputer. This isn't random. This is repositioning. But here's the play. While they've got you distracted arguing about crime and politics and fear, they're quietly buying up the land and flipping the script in their favor. See, crime is the curtain. The real show is control and cash. Hear me prophetically. The greatest wealth shifts always come wrapped in the disguise of chaos. They want you scared so you can scatter while they secure. Mark this down. Memphis, Tennessee is not dying. It's being rebuilt. In 5 years, you'll see what they were really doing while you were busy feeding on fear. Don't let the headlines hustle you. The city they told you to run from is the same city billionaires are running towards. To some, Memphis isn't the problem, it's the prize. And to the ones awoke, it will be the ones who own it.
All right. So that is what a guy who's a Memphis native had to say about it. And after hearing his take, I'm gonna direct it over. Well, first, Amani, you want to give your introduction before we go ahead and dive in on it?
Can you guys hear me good?
Oh God,
Like, what's the TV? I don't understand why
yeah, it's still the same.
3 different spots. Like, the only reason I'm not streaming in my crib is because, like, my kids, I don't want them to
I'm not gonna lie, we
watch
can hardly
TV.
understand anything you're saying.
Okay, well, I'll figure something out. Just, continue the show.
Okay, so well, Solo, I'm coming your way. What is your take on first Trump bringing in the National Guard? How do you feel in regards to it? And also, what do you think of the guy point that he just made? What's your take on it?
I mean, I definitely can agree with what he's saying. And for a minute, when I go home, I do realize that they are, well, the hood that I grew up in, they're definitely gentrifying it. So I could definitely see why they're trying to sort of flip the script on the black residents in Memphis and make it sort of a primarily white, sort of gentrified type of city. Of course, we know about the major corporations that are in Memphis, so I could see how they could potentially have some um, ideas with Memphis being sort of, because the thing about the train, I always knew that growing up that a lot of the transportation go through Memphis. So I could see how that can be a plus as to like the economic value of Memphis. So I agree with that. I do also think that as far as the crime rate, that could definitely be an excuse for why they're bringing in the National Guard, and that's something that a lot of people may support. Um, but I've always thought that the crime and the creation of the increase in crime in Memphis was something that was sort of orchestrated. I believe that taking a lot of resources out of the residents, out of the sort of hood, so to speak, would cause more crime to be created. So I could definitely see. I always make the joke that they're just gonna let us purge each other out, and they're just gonna come back after everybody's killed themselves, and then they're going to go to take all the land and move all of the black residents out of their community. So I can
Right
sort of
on.
agree with that.
Okay. Let's see. Todd, let's go ahead and go.
I mean, that was what Fakila just said. That last point, let us purge each other out. And they've done this in cities across the country, bro. And it kind of gripped my heart to hear her say that. And Memphis is one of those great American cities, homie. And them people really cherish that city. When I say them people, y'all know who I'm talking about. They would love to take it, just like Atlanta. For what I'm hearing, I know the focus is Memphis. I know the focus is Memphis right now, but they pretty much did the same thing in Atlanta. I think Atlanta is kind of going through a takeover right now, where they want Atlanta back. So, but back to Memphis, it's like it's one of it's out of their playbook. Hey, let the city get overrun by the black citizens. That way we could show, hey, this is why we're coming in. This is why we're taking over. And unfortunately, as a culture, we kind of play into that setup, and then it justifies what they want to do. So no, I'm looking forward to hearing the other people that actually. Now, I've only been to Memphis once or twice, but I know the history of it, and I would love to go back. But it is a deterrent, man. Well, when it's that bad, when you're hearing about the stories, that kind of money and murder don't mix. You know what I'm saying? So it runs the tourism away. And if that's what y'all want, then that's what y'all getting right now. But if you want people to come to the city and spend money, and that's pretty much what this country is built on, capitalism. So no, it's a painful thing to watch, man. And prayers for our people in Memphis to get it right.
All right, Haiti.
All right, then. I've been to Memphis. I did a lot of Memphis girls, so I love the city and stuff like that. The food good. The women even better. They both tasty. But I'm gonna say this right now. I would say this: the crime is not as bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I went to Memphis, try to whatever. From my understanding was like, oh, the crime was to be extremely bad and everything like that. But it was just a regular city. They just put a microscope around it and say, you see this happen, you see this happen, and it is not that bad. It's the same amount of crime that happened everywhere. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this happened in Nashville, which is 2 hours away. If y'all know Tennessee, that's just 2 hours away from Memphis. And I used to live in East Nashville. White people used to live outside of Nashville, which is like in Murfreesboro or Hendersonville. But then they start, because Nashville started getting popular, they start pushing niggas out. So they start saying, "Oh, East Nashville is violent. This place is violent." So all the thugs start moving. They start policing everything. You can't do anything, so they start moving everybody out. Now people start moving. We in the outskirt, and they're in the inskirt. They reverse that shit on us. And if you want to put it in a different way of like in a different country, they do that to us in Haiti. They make people go. We're going to a civil war right now. They kill people, president. They kill people's stuff and everything like that. And then they have DEAs. They have the UN to come in, pretending like they're policing us, helping us out. But in general, they're trying to destroy us by pretending to help us out and everything like that, by putting their own status quo. Like the Clintons own like 80% of Haiti right now by the same thing they're doing to Memphis right now. They're gonna do the same thing that happened. The Clinton, that's how they own so much land, being white people in Haiti. They usually is unheard of, and because they did that shit, they say, "Oh, we're coming to help." Well, they came to help. They helped themselves. But when I was watching the video, the whole thing I'm trying to wonder is why is his hand red though? I know that's a petty thing to him. Didn't y'all see that dude hand? Why was he red? Is that a statement or something?
I didn't even notice it, nigga.
Nigga, I'm nosy. I know the seven.
I see. But last but not least, Amani, we can go ahead and do their introduction and give your take on what we're
Am I good now?
Yes, ma'am. You're
Okay, I had
glowing.
to download the app, so note to self. But hi, everybody. My name is Amani. I live in Los Angeles, California, and I'm definitely just looking forward to the great conversations that we can have on this podcast. Okay, so to straight to the topic. I don't know too much that's going on. I don't watch the news like that, so I don't know the details of like the National Guards being in Memphis, but what I will say is that it's hard to trust anything that the government does, especially within our community. You would think that it's to help benefit the community as far as keeping the violence down, regulating the streets so that it can be safe for families and children. However, it's always like a hidden agenda with anything that the government does. So it's really hard to trust that this is going to be something that's going to actually help the community in the long run. Just my opinion.
What's up, Kenny? This nigga right here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give mine. So first off, I agree a whole lot with the guy in the video. And I've actually been in Memphis for a month and a half now. Is the crime rate bad? Yeah, it is. I'm not going to even lie like that. But I do think it is exaggerated in order for them to push their agenda, because all places are bad. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the places are bad. Everything had their own little share of crime and stuff like that. But the cities in particular that they're looking to take over, that's how they do it. Like Haiti said, they tell you that this thing is really, really dangerous, always bad, so they can have an excuse to bring in something so that they can try to gentrify it and turn it into some kind of great white corporation area that they can flourish from. So that is who's that? Who that sound like that right there? What's that? Amber, it sound like you ain't got cable. Hold on. I got that, like, that shit was loud. I'm sorry, I had to mute that. It's like, when you ain't got cable and like you changing the channel, that's what it sound like. I don't know what was going on there. Somebody said who got their bike in the microwave.
I would recommend downloading the app. It's so much better to stream because
it's easier. It is easier if you download the app. Absolutely. Memphis crime rate through the roof. My cousin lives in Memphis and he's trying to get out soon as possible. Yeah, it's still there, Amber. And it's really loud on top of that. Like that shit sound. I don't know if it's the TV or it's like a waterfall, but that shit loud as a mother. But I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, the shit is bad. I got another video I can share, bro. Before we end this, I'm gonna let Amber get her take in on it too. Long as the cable is fixed, the antennas. But I'm gonna show y'all something. That this is the shit that I said that amazed even me. Even though I have seen this before, but it just was crazy that they just doing this in broad daylight and just don't give a damn. Like it just don't mean nothing. Great, we're back. Thank you. Look at this shit.
Reported since last Friday morning, one incident leading to a homicide in South Memphis, but it's one shooting incident that happened during broad daylight Saturday morning that has some Memphians wondering if the National Guard will make any real change. A shooting in broad daylight near A.W. Willis Avenue and Front Street in downtown Memphis Saturday morning has some Bluff City residents wondering if the National Guard coming will change the city's crime reputation.
No, it ain't gonna bring the change that we need to see, but it might help with the crime a little bit. But change, it's gonna take more than some police to come down here for to change the city.
We're going to Memphis.
Since President Trump uttered these words on Friday, according to Memphis police, 7 shootings were reported. In 3 of those cases, MPD made an arrest. One resulted in a homicide. Memphis resident Asaya Cobb claims the shooting incident on Saturday morning will continue with or without troops being deployed to the area.
I do feel like crime happens everywhere, but I just think it was crazy that it just happened in broad daylight like that. And I think these are target shootings, not just...
Like, the crazy part that bothered me is the fact that they just didn't give a damn. Like, they just jumped out the car, bro. The car, they didn't even park it. They didn't even park the car.
Nigga, what did they do to make that nigga that mad?
What did they do to make them niggas that mad?
God damn. I've been thinking like that. Like, somebody gotta be mad like that. They gonna throw their whole future away to me. Sometimes I be thinking like a thug. I'll be like, nigga, what I need to stay away from that will make me that mad. Like, fuck my life. Like,
and I'm gonna tell people, people that are in Memphis, bro. If you come to Memphis, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Hopefully they can get this crime under the control. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, that if for everybody in this thing been to LA before. In LA, niggas are notorious for jumping in front of you, like without a turning signal and just doing that. In Memphis, you cannot do that. If you do that, them niggas will unload on you right there. Just like you just seen them niggas do. I know it because my nigga that's across the street, literally right now, will do that to you if you do that to him. So it's like I said, it's bad, bro. I can't lie. It is bad. Like, something needs to be done about it. And then there's some finessing that niggas too, but I ain't gonna even break that up.
You know what's actually sad? Like, where are the Memphis entertainers, the actors, the rappers, the people who have platforms that are from Memphis? This is the time where they need to
they're doing it too.
You don't even live there. Most of them.
No, but I mean, you from that. If that was happening in New York and I had a platform, there's no way I'm not saying anything and using that opportunity to help. So, you know, there's a lot to it that we don't know.
But are they doing it too? Isn't there was Yo Gotti is. I thought Yo Gotti is a gang leader.
That's why I'm saying it's more to it. They be connected to these type of things. Like, this stuff is like purposefully going on for a reason. Like, they're benefiting the prison system in a way. So it's so many levels to it, and the things that are benefiting the government. So the crime is kind of in a way benefiting them more so than it, at the same time while hurting the community. That's just my take on it.
I don't want to be all conspiracy theorists with it. I think somebody drop a bag on these niggas, and that's why they do these things. Because ain't no way. I feel like somebody be like, hey, man, not go out there and act crazy, but basically, like, go shoot up this nigga right there, and I'll give you 100,000. And they do it, and everything like that. It's not like, oh, go be crazy like that. I think they actually, somebody drop a bag on them and say, do this and that. And I think a lot of people, it happens to. Like, more people like me and you probably like, we have morals and stuff. Like, no, we're not gonna make our community look bad. I don't care how much the bag is. But some people like, nigga, you talking about $50,000? And for a nigga I hate anyway?
Right, less than that, bro. Niggas to do it for 10. Fuck. Niggas do it for 5 here. I'm serious.
Nah, nigga, no. A life in jail for 5 bands? Life in jail?
Yes.
In jail?
5, nigga.
No coochie forever.
They don't care about jail, bro. These folks, first off, a lot of the ones that go to jail are getting right out.
Them niggas gay. They're like dicks.
Why do you think they're getting right out? Why do you think they're getting right out?
Oh, I think they're getting right out.
What's no. Like,
Amber,
what's the time frame?
You haven't spoke yet. Go ahead, Amber.
Okay, so my thing is, I did see that video. I couldn't hear y'all for most of the part, but I did hear the guy video. And what he was saying did make a lot of sense. Like, when you think about it, you do have to follow the money. Why are they putting so much money there? Why are they putting corporations there? Why are they putting companies there if it's that bad. But then also the crime rate I see is bad too. So do you think it's a kill two birds with one stone? Let's build up the city, protect what's there, since they are building, trying to like put companies and things up there, but then also too keep down crime rate. Like I think it's killing two birds with one stone.
I think I can agree with you on that. They are trying to kill two birds with one stone. Yes.
Okay. Because I feel like what they're trying to do is like they are trying to, what she said, gentrify it, make it more homey, make the Memphis, because Memphis is a famous city. You know, everybody, it is a tourism city. I went there and I did a tour there, did multiple tours there. So it is a tourism city. So I really think that they're putting more money in there, but also while putting more money in there, since the crime rate is that bad already, go ahead and try to kill the crime rate too to protect what they're trying to bring to Memphis.
So let me
All right,
ask.
before you go, because I'm about to go to work, I agree with her 100%. And but you have to understand, like somebody that's come from that situation or born into that situation, with being from Haiti and stuff like that. I'll tell you this right now. Even though it's gonna knock two birds with one stone, one of the birds is you. Like the crime rate goes away, which means you also go away. That means like you're not gonna be able to afford those housing anymore. You're not gonna be able to afford that area no more. You're not gonna be able to afford Memphis no more. You're gonna be living in Germantown, and everybody else gonna be living in Memphis. It's gonna be like a white city. I'm just saying it's gonna be that.
Germantown is already like the area where most of the richer
Niggas
people
live.
live. Yes, the white people live in Germantown.
Y'all don't think black people have money
That's what I'm
too?
saying.
Like what?
They're gonna flip it. They're gonna flip it. They're gonna flip it. They're gonna
Yeah,
flip it.
I
I mean,
think,
I
okay,
don't.
yeah, they're trying to. I do think that they are trying to flip it, but they're trying to flip it in a way um to make it more safe for tourism, because a lot of people, like myself, I went there to vacation there one time. You know what I'm saying? And so like when you're going to vacation to a place, because it is a famous city, you don't want to go and see a drive-by happening. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, like I said, I still think they're trying to kill two birds with one stone. And I do feel like they are trying to build it up. And when they are trying to build it up, why don't we come up with it? Why don't we make businesses and come up with it? Why don't we, make more money? Why don't we enter those corporations, get those job settings and things like that? You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be like they're trying to kill us out. But maybe move some more black people in there that can turn that city around to help bring it up as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not from the hood, okay? I don't know where the hood, how they operate or whatever. I was a suburban girl. You feel what I'm saying? So I can see the money making in it, and every time there's money making in a city, it's gonna draw me, and I'm black. You know what I'm saying? Why are you
No,
laughing?
I'm laughing at him. The comment that came up. You see the
Or
comment?
what was the comment?
Look, it's up
Vacation in Memphis is crazy.
there.
When I think of vacation in Memphis, I'm thinking white people going to see Elvis Presley's home.
I hope she didn't get upset and jump out. Oh no, she did. She fell off. Okay, I'm about to say, gosh.
Hey, but I'm about to go work and make some of these white niggas money. But it was nice talking to
Hello.
y'all, man. I wish I could be right here for the subject. Usually I'm off on Sunday, but today they asked me to come in because of some shit. I'm about to go, man. It's nice talking to y'all and everything like that. Ty, talk a little bit more, nigga. You haven't say shit all day.
And
All right, man. I'm out, man. I'm about to go speak Spanish.
all right.
All right.
But anyways, though, that was pretty good.
Where's the other person? Isn't it like another girl?
Yeah, Solo. She's up there.
Okay, I can't see her.
Yeah, I think her camera's off.
I can't see her
Oh.
either.
But so what I was about to say. Before we move on, is anybody against the National Guard coming in?
No.
I'm not really against it because like I said, they're trying to keep the crime rate down, but then also they're trying to protect what they're trying to build there. You know what I'm saying? To turn the city around because it is one of the most famous types of cities. It is a city where people go and see where Martin Luther King got shot at.
Hold on, so Kenny, damn, you said damn, the city where Martin King got damn, that's what we know for? But anyway.
And to do
I didn't know
that,
that.
Yeah. The people who I know that went there, that's what they went there for. To the what is it, the Lorraine Hotel?
Yeah, Lorraine Hotel.
Yeah, y'all definitely. I mean, as far as black culture, that's the tourist attraction, and I think
Yeah.
downtown Bill Street and all the black music.
We got a lot of little stuff for attraction, actually, y'all. You know?
But I think as far as our culture, I think the Martin Luther King site that got to be top
Yeah.
3, top 5.
Yeah, absolutely. We got the Civil Rights Museum. But
I can't hear anymore for some reason.
you can't hear me right now? Okay, looks like she can't. It's
Let
crazy.
me try to go out.
But anyways, though, Kenny, real quick, Kenny, you say hell no. Is your hell no towards not being against the National Guard? But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and direct it to the next one. I think pretty much all of us can agree that we're sick about because, like, you know, once upon a time it used to be glorified. You know, it's crazy as it seems. It used to be glorified. You know, oh yeah, we the number one, we the capital of murder. Now, I mean,
Right.
it's just flex.
That
You know,
was so. I got to
Okay, there
say
we
this,
go.
Jamie, because I'm glad you said that, and I'm old enough to remember in the 90s that was glorified. So LA, Miami, New Orleans. I mean, New Orleans was the murder capital in 1994. So we're looking at Memphis like, bro, what's going on? Like, that shit ain't even nothing to brag about no more. Like, all the major OG cities, they've been through that phase. New Orleans, LA, Miami, the list goes on. Chicago. So Chicago and Memphis are like the last 2 cities where people in the black community who don't want to see us doing that to each other, like, yo, bro, y'all got to get it together. That shit ain't even cool to brag about no more. That's it.
yeah. You said send the National Guard, Marine, SEAL team, and send anybody. Hey, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I gotta give them some kind of, like I told you, them damn state troopers, them motherfuckers ain't playing. They are on every corner. So once the National Guard get here, they're gonna really put the squeeze on these things. But I'm gonna go ahead and head to the next one. Now, this one right here is the way it's gonna get interesting. So the next one, professional black women in our professional black woman space. Now, I'm gonna say this. This consists of many different fields, but of course, nurses, lawyers, hell, even to a degree, actresses and stuff. Even though I know we got some up here, I'm just saying. Actually, 2 of the things I said we got up here. And it's been this trend of men starting to say that, you know, women working in those fields tend to be difficult to deal with. So the question I'm going to bring on, I think we lost Amber again. She'll be back, I guess. Yes, there she is. The question is, do you guys feel like that this here potentially hinders you in as far as the dating life? I'm gonna start with Amani.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
So with with they working in certain fields such as like pretty much any professional career, like fields where it is very time consuming and things in that nature. Do you feel like it affects your life as far as like let's say a family oriented lifestyle?
No, I don't.
So what's your
Mm-hmm.
reasoning?
I don't think it affects it because it's the type of person you have to be. I think it's like a case by like a person thing. Usually, like for anybody, when you're starting journeys in your life, whether it's career, family, whatever, you got to be prepared to start that. And you have to know yourself enough to know your limits, what you can handle and what you can't handle. And I think that the more people get to know themselves and understand what is their limits, what is their boundaries, what they have to offer to not only themselves, but to other people, then you can kind of curate, oh, I can, have a career and a family, or I could just have a career, or I could just have a family. So I think for me personally, no. Because I know who I am and I know how to handle certain things, I've embarked in certain areas, whether it's still pursuing my career and balance in the family, because I know that I can handle it. But a lot of women probably can't handle that. So I think it's like, however you can handle, like what you can do for your life and how you can navigate your life, that has to determine whether it's difficult or not. And if it is difficult, maybe you need to reevaluate your circumstances and kind of pull back on certain things, whether it's dating, a relationship, you name it. Like, but I think that as a woman, we should be able to do whatever the hell we want to do and make our mistakes and also handle our challenges without being judged. So I don't know if that answered your question.
You did. You good. For Keelan?
Agree with that. I agree with that. I want to put in on that too, like because you said, does it hurt the chances of a woman like trying to find love because it may be intimidating? Is that what you're trying to say too? Like it may be intimidating for a man,
No,
or it may,
no,
huh?
no,
Oh, so
no.
what are you saying?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just gonna go ahead and adjust that little part. I think there's just a terminology. I don't know who's the first one to come up with that, but that men being intimidated, we're definitely not intimidated. I don't know where they come from. But
Okay. Well,
basically, I'm saying is like it tends to be a little bit more problematic as far as having a family because for one thing, I'll give you an example. A lot of men tend to believe that it makes it harder for a woman to find a man when she's dealing in those fields. I'll say that.
I would say this. Actually, when a woman is in that field, first of all, I really believe that everybody has a soulmate and everyone, you know what I'm saying, have that special person for them. If anything, a woman being at a stature type of career field, not every man can talk to her. I think it weeds out the people that can handle her in that limelight versus hurting her chance, because at the end of the day everybody's not made for you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not made for you, and everybody's not made for what all that you come with. And so if anything, um and that's on a man perspective. Like y'all think that it's problematic for us because it may be too masculine and we're trying to take on all the providing and all of that. But to be honest, it weeds out the weaklings. Like if you really think that me having a career is going to be problematic for you, then you're not the person for me. Matter of fact, most men, I've seen this in my own experience. Most men that said that to me and thought about that, they had nothing going for themselves. And so they wanted to dumb down me so they can feel like they are in control or something. But as far as being problematic on dating, I don't think it's problematic on dating. I think it weeds out who's for you and who's not for you.
Okay. And then Taj is missing in action now, so it look like I'm getting gained, but it's all good. Come on, Solo, let's go.
So to address the first part of your question, I agree that. Well, I guess my I agree that a lot of women going to get advanced degrees, or they're working full-time jobs, or they just want to wait to have kids. Does affect the black community. If we're talking about us specifically, it affects our ability to have children or maintain our families. Have more and more black families. I agree with that, especially if these women are waiting to have children. But I think that that sort of is a trauma response to what they've seen their mothers do, since majority of us are raised by single mothers. So we see our mothers do it all alone. We say to ourselves, that's not the life where I want to live. I want to get myself together where I can live comfortably, and then I'll make the determination whether or not I want to have a child. Now I can put whatever standards I want to implement, because I don't really need, I don't really I don't have children, so I only have to provide for myself. See, I think that that is sort of a trauma response, or maybe you've seen other people, not your mom, but maybe your sister, your auntie, do it by themselves. You see, they incur struggles. It's expensive, especially now at this where we at in this economy, whatever, right? But I also think that when women decide to go get advanced degrees, they are a lot of times experienced a lot in the world, and they have sort of created a mind of where they want their lives to be and how they want to be treated in relationships, and they just have experienced the world and maybe have more standards than our 18-year-old moms who were married at 20 and had their first child or whatever. So I think that it requires, as a response to that, it requires men to be sort of extraordinary in a sense, to be partners with these women. I get that part, but also they, if a woman has never had sort of a positive male influence in their life, or maybe a positive male role model, I mean, they are gonna require sort of more from a man if he's not willing to change things that she doesn't like. So, I mean, yes, it affects our ability to have families in the black community, because these women are advancing their careers. But if they choose to put these standards up, now that they have experienced the world, made the money, got the job, they've done all of that, then it requires the man to step up. And either you step up or you don't. And what is she supposed to do? Settle?
Okay. So I'm actually kind of proud of you, because I agree with most of the stuff you, and I can't believe it. Because I
Wrong
was
without
real,
nothing.
when you started, I was like, let me get ready to go ahead and deal with this bullshit. And you actually said something. I was like, damn, I actually agree with a lot of it. So
That's funny.
I'm gonna say this. It When it comes to those type of things, because I think the women are looking at it only one way. At least majority of them do. Because I'm not saying women shouldn't have a career. I'm not saying that. But I do think if you have a career, you need to be prepared for what comes with it. And what comes with it typically is that you're way more likely to want a man. Let's say you are successful at your career. Let's say you're making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, something in that nature, right? You have already trumped more than 95% of the men in the country. So you have already made it that the odds of you finding the man you're looking for significantly lower. That's the side of it I think the women aren't thinking about. And then let's not forget, a majority of you wants them to be handsome. Some of you may want them to be tall. Now you probably dropped it down to about 2%. Then some of them might be gay. Now you're less than 1%. So I think that's what's happening to our women that are in those careers. So, and then you say, and then and then you tend to think, oh, it just ain't no good men in the world. Well, what it is that as far as financial standpoint, you're an exceptional woman. So it's not just that these men can't keep up. Most of the men in the world not going to be able to keep up with what your career comes with. So, like I said, if you're going to take your career, you might want to be open to having a man that makes less than you, but majority of the women don't. So that's the problem. And like when you do that, a lot of them tend to end up being lonely. Like, and for some of them, in some cases, some women are okay with having a man that makes less than them. And then on special occasions, they're able to have a man that makes less than them and still respect him normally, like you would do your regular man. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, Rihanna makes more than A$AP Rocky. But it seems like, obviously we're outside looking in, but it seems like they have a nice, healthy relationship because she still respects him and loves him as her king, even though, she out earns him. And I think that's typically what the problem is when it comes to those type of things. Taj, go ahead. You haven't went yet.
Yeah, from personal experience, the women I know who went from girls to ladies to women, the ones that came up with money, they date for love. The ones who came up in the struggle, they date for stability. And even the ones who came up in the struggle that date for stability, they have to be realistic enough to understand we're in the condition. When I say we black men are in the condition we're in by design. This ain't just us laying around, sitting around, not trying to do nothing. It's a whole system. So black women, y'all can't be a part of the most educated demographic in the nation and not have the intelligence to process that. So if you got everything you want from your career, your job, your business, and the only thing you missing is love, and you letting a career difference come in between that clearly shows that it's a difference between education and intelligence.
It is. Okay, so let me address, I'm gonna let